Hi, I'm Lorraine. Welcome to the District Yoga. For today's practice, we are going to get in a quick one for the upper body. So go ahead and start in a child's pose. Make your way to all fours, allowing the knees to open up as wide as feels right to start out. Go ahead and let the forehead drop down either to a block or down to your mat. And then the arms can reach forward. Let's bring the arms down the side body. So if you need to walk the knees in just a little bit closer to do that, you can. And then let the shoulder heads just drop down. Just starting to tune in. And just allowing yourself to fold into yourself and onto your mat. Maybe just drawing the awareness down to the upper body here. So that might mean the shoulders, that might mean the chest, that might mean the back. Just navigate to where your brain or your thoughts naturally go as I say, start to pay attention to your upper body. And take a couple breaths there. Allowing yourself to fill up the lungs on an inhale. Allowing that air to draw out of the lungs as you breathe out. Inhale to fill up. Exhale to release. Find a few rounds just like that, in and out of the nose if you can today. Again, maybe noticing the shoulder heads as you bring the arms by the sides are doing a little less work. And that definitely is intentional to start out. We're going to work and activate the upper body, the shoulders, in just a few breaths. So take your last couple moments here. Fill up one more time. Stay there, let that go. Go and reach the arms forward. In fact, just reach them right underneath the shoulders. We're just going to press our way up. So lifting the upper body up. We're going to come into what's called a saddle pose. So I'm going to go ahead and face you. You're going to keep the feet touching behind you and then let the knees open up to a degree that feels appropriate. If that does not feel good for your knees or for your lower body, go ahead and come to a comfortable seated position. You can always switch at any point in time because we're going to focus on the upper body to start out. So take a couple moments, adjust to your seat. And then only when you're ready, bring the arms wide to a T. We're going to take the left arm right underneath the right, finding eagle arm or Garudasana arm variation. The palms can touch, the backs of the hands can touch. You could grab your fist, whatever you find to start out. And again, if your feet start to cramp up or if you'd like to transition to that comfortable seated position, I think I'm going to come there today. Go ahead and find that as we let the back body, the scapula spread apart from the spine. And then just stay here a few moments to breathe into this. Again, we're going to start to activate the muscles in and around the scapula, the back of our shoulders. Take a couple breaths. If you want to play with lowering the elbows, you can. You could also lift the elbows up. It does change slightly where you're finding that stretch. Last couple breaths. When you're ready, go ahead and open the arms back out to a T. We're just going to switch sides. So right arm will come right underneath the left. Find your eagle bind. And then again, you can decide elbows low, elbows high. Find what feels good. Allowing again the scapula to spread apart from the spine, almost like the sensation of ripping them away from the spine, although nothing too intense. Breathe here. Right away, I'm starting to feel mine really start to activate as I find this nice pull, this nice stretch. Last 3. Last 2. Go ahead and open out wide to a T. And then if you need it, go ahead and shake it out. Maybe shoulders sway side to side. We're going to stay into the upper body. And in fact, again, a little more activation through the muscles in and around those shoulders, that rotator cuff on our back side. So go ahead and bring the palms up towards the sky. Palms face forward to the front of your space. So you're reaching up. The spine is still tall. You're still rooted through the lower body, regardless of how your legs are in that saddle or that comfortable seat. And then go ahead and bend at the elbows. Just lower the arms down. We're going to lift up on a breath in. We're going to lower on a breath out. So just keep this movement, this motion of up and down as you straighten the arms and then lower as you bend the elbows. We're finding this kind of movement, this range of motion through the backs of the shoulders. So the scapula are really kind of moving at their own direction as you lift up and lower down. For some of us, this might be very sticky, right? It might feel like you're moving through a very thick substance. That's okay. Just be with where you are. Last 3. Last 2. Beautiful. Lift up one more time. Bend at the elbows, and then palms are going to come down. So we're kind of creating a little goalpost, but our palms are facing down. And we're going to rotate internally. So bring the palms back towards the back of your room so they lower down, fingertips towards the earth. And you're just going to stay. Really feel those shoulders starting to turn on. Mine definitely talking to me here. Last couple breaths, internal rotation. And again, you might not go very far. That's okay. Most of us won't. On your next breath in, lift up. Fingertips towards the sky, still bend in the elbows. Palms are going to kind of come back. You might get a little bit more rotation, a little external rotation of those shoulders here. Take a couple breaths, and we're going to get a couple like this. So when you're ready, go start to lower down as you breathe out. On the inhale, we lift up, externally rotate. Mine are definitely talking to me, so lower back down. We'll get 5 more rounds. Whew. I know you want to come out of that. We'll get a little shake after this. Last 4. Beautiful. Last 3. Yes, I can. Again, turning on those muscles. Last 2. Whew. Last 1. Lower. Lift it back up. Externally rotate. Bring the arms down. Maybe give yourself a little wiggle. Shake the arms out. And then just take a couple moments. If you're not in a comfortable seated position, maybe make your way there. Bring the hands to the knees and let the eyes close. Just feel that activation, that energy, the shift even in the backs of your shoulders. Those are your muscles turning on. Last couple breaths. Take a breath in. Big breath out. Slowly start to make your way to a tabletop position, uncrossing the legs, and then coming into all fours. Shoulders right over the wrist, and the hips right over the knees. We're going to find a couple cat-cows, just allowing the spine to wake up too. Drop the belly down, send the gaze up. On the exhale, dome and round through the back, tuck that chin. Couple more like that. Inhale to drop the belly. Exhale, rounding it out. Inhale, finding your own pace, your own rhythm. Last 2 rounds. Inhale. Exhale it out. Beautiful. Last one. Breathe in. Exhale that out. Come back to a long neutral spine, and once you're ready, just step the feet back, find an upper push-up position. Engage through the core, shoulders right over the wrist. On an inhale, stay here. On the exhale, shift it back. Downward facing dog. Maybe walk the feet in, maybe pedal the feet. Find your first one. Allow the back body to stretch. Checking in. We're going to get right into this because we don't have too much time today. So if you're with me, go ahead and press the heart back. We'll get a couple warm-up A's. Step or hop it, top of the mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, just bow back in. On the breath in, stand up. Let's reach up tall. On the exhale, hands interlace and come behind the head. Elbows open out. Feet can be a little wide here. On the exhale, bring the elbows in towards each other. Find a little stretch for the back of the head and neck. Beautiful. Inhale to open. 2 more like that. Exhale to round it out. Inhale to open. Exhale, bring it back in. On your next inhale, circle the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Dive back into the legs. Half flat back. Hands to your mat. Step, hop, or float it. Find your way to lower down slow right away. Unravel the toes. Hands stay where they are. Lift the chest. Lift the heart. Find your first cobra. Exhale, lower back down and make your way back. Downward facing dog, however that looks for you. Stay here a couple breaths. That's going to be our warm-up A, and we're only going to get a few. So let's just get to it. We'll only do 1 round of opening the chest and closing the elbows in. So let's get to it. Press the heart back. Step, hop, or float it, top of the mat. Half lift. Bow in. Root to rise, reaching up. Hands behind the head, elbows open. On the exhale, squeeze it back in. Inhale, circle the arms up, reach it. Exhale, forward fold, dive it. Half lift. Plant the hands, step, hop, or float it, lower slow. Inhale, find your back bend. Exhale, make your way back, downward facing dog. Beautiful, huge breath in. Massive breath out. If you're with me, press the heart back. Step, hop, or float it, top of the mat. Half glance. Fold in. Root to rise, reach it. Hands behind the head, elbows open. Squeeze that in, breathe it out. Inhale to open, reach it up. Exhale, forward fold, dive out. Half lift. Hands to your mat. You decide it's your vinyasa as you lower. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Come back here. Let's get 1 more just like that. 1 breath in. 1 breath out. Press the heart back. Step, hop, or float it, top of your mat. Inhale, lift. Bow it in. Inhale, grow tall. Hands behind the head, elbows open. Squeeze that in. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward dive. Half lift. To your mat, step it, jump it, float it. Inhale. Downward facing dog, breathe it out. Stay here a couple rounds, body just a little warmer. We're going to tune in to our second warm-up series here. If you're with me, right leg's going to draw long. On the exhale, step that foot through. Back foot's going to come 45. Once you're ready, root to rise. Come into warrior 1. So that right knee is bent. That back left foot is about 45 degrees. It's flat against the earth. Breathe in. Maybe a little bend through that front knee again. Settle into this first warrior 1. Maybe notice how the upper body feels. Stay here. Breathe. Let's change the arms a little bit. Reach it up. Drop the hands behind the back. Find that interlace. Chest is going to roll open, and you're going to stay here. So feel the upper body expand through the front side. Just breathe. Rooted through the feet. Lifted through the upper body. Last few rounds. Beautiful. If you're with me, reach up on the inhale. Hands to your mat, step it back. Find your way through a vinyasa. You could hover that right foot. Downward facing dog, breathe it out. On the inhale, left side, lift it up. Step that foot through, back foot dials 45. Only when you're ready, root down through the feet, lift up through the upper body. Warrior one. Virabhadrasana on the left side this time. First time on the left side. Settle in. Just a few rounds of breath. Always checking in, always tuning into your body. How do you feel? How do you show up? Maybe again, how does the upper body feel? We're going to change it shortly. Inhale to rise. Exhale, drop the hands behind the back, but I want you to find that awkward clasp. So the opposite of what you just did. So the left thumb might be on top, the right thumb might be on top, whichever you took. On the opposite side, take the opposite here. Take a couple breaths. Breathe. Last few moments. This is going to be our warm-up B. We're just going to get a few rounds just like warm-up A. On the inhale, reach the arms back up. Hands to your mat, step back and lower down slow. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Breathe it out. Stay here. Just settle back in. Downward facing dog. Again, just a couple rounds like that. We're going to pick up the pace. One breath, one movement. 2, maybe 3 rounds. If you're with me, right leg draws long. Exhale, step it through. Inhale for warrior one. Drop the hands behind the back. It's quick, just the breath out. Inhale, reach it up. Hands to your mat, step it back, find your flow. Inhale. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Left side, step it. Reach up, warrior one. Hands behind the back, maybe that awkward clasp. Inhale, rise. Hands low, find your way down. Inhale. Downward facing dog, breath out. Beautiful. One more round, right leg lifts. Step through. Inhale to rise. Drop the hands behind the back, interlace. Reach it back up. Hands to your mat, wash all of that out. Inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left side. Step it. Rise and reach. Hands behind the back, maybe that awkward clasp. Inhale. Hands to your mat, find a vinyasa flow. Heart shines. Downward facing dog, breathe here. Let's take a little detour before we get to really our last bit of standing today. Press the heart back. Set the knees down. We're going to find a thread the needle pose. So we'll start with a right arm. On the inhale, right arm will lift up. On the exhale, thread that right arm through. We're coming onto that outer right shoulder. That right cheek will come onto the mat. That left hand can stay where it is, or you can reach it forward. You decide. You could also wrap it behind the back if that was calling your name. We're not here very long, so stay here for 5. Beautiful for 4. Last 3. For 2. If you did take any variation with that left hand, plant it back onto the mat. Press into that hand firmly. Right arm will sweep back up. Set it back down, tabletop position. We'll switch sides. Left arm lifts up. Thread that arm through. We'll thread the needle on the other side, coming onto that left cheek this time. Same options for that right hand. You can keep it where it is. You could reach it forward, or you can wrap it behind the back. You decide. Again, not here very long. Allowing the breath to settle. A little nice midway stretch for the shoulders. Last few rounds. Beautiful. Open up just a little bit more if you have that wrap. Top hand comes back to the earth. Really press into that right hand. Lift that left arm up. Plant it back down. Whew. Maybe wiggle the hips out, shaking side to side. We're going to come back to downward facing dog. So come back in downward facing dog. Breathe it here. Settle in. Check in. Let's move on. Press the heart back. Step, hopper, float at top of the mat. Half glance. Fold in. Squat the knees to 90. Weight comes into the heels. Arms rise up. Chair pose. First time today, Utkatasana. Just settle into this chair. I want you to notice the legs start to activate. So we've been focused in and around the upper body, but here we touch just slightly in. Lower body too. On the inhale, reach up a little taller. Hands to the heart space. We're going to find a twist. So left elbow to the outside edge of that right knee. Find your variation of prayer twisted chair. Stay here. Breathe. Notice if that left knee's jutting forward. I want you to bring it back in line with the right. Keeping that twist long through the spine. Taking in that air. Finding that last twist. Come back through chair pose. Chair center. Hands to the heart. We're going to twist to the opposite side. So right elbow to the outside of that left knee this time. And again, if you see that right knee jutting forward, bring it back in line with the left. Feel that activation. Breathe here. Last couple moments. Last few breaths. Starting to work up a bit of a sweat. If you're with me, find that last twist. Chair pose, breath in. Forward fold, dive out. Whew, that should feel good. Half flat back. Plant the hands, step, hopper, float it. Find a vinyasa. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Breathe it out. On your breath in, right leg's going to draw long. Exhale, we're going to step it through. Stay on the ball of the back toes this time. Hips square still. On the inhale, rise up, reach it up. Crescent lunge. A little bit different than warrior one. So feel the balance. Feel the back leg active. Feel that front foot rooting down and strong. Yes. Beautiful. From here, we're going to add a couple more shapes. So reach up on the breath in. On the exhale, back foot dials flat. Open out, warrior two. Front heels in line with that back middle arch. Your breath is still steady. And you're staying here just breathing. Gaze over that front middle finger. Check in. Hips now open towards the side of the room. Notice how that feels in your body. We're going to keep the legs as they are. Flip the right palm. Reverse your warrior. But I want you not to go as far back as you might. Because we're going to bend at that right elbow and place that right hand behind the back. Taking that left hand to the top of the right elbow, finding a different variation of reverse warrior with the upper body. Check in. Breathe here. Beautiful. From here, we're going to add a couple flowing shapes, and really we're just going to play with straightening and bending the knee while we move our arms. So from here, reverse warrior, we're going to straighten the front leg, bring the arms out to a T, as if you're coming to triangle, but we're not. We're going to rebend again, bring the hands to the heart space. Beautiful. Straighten the leg, reverse your triangle, right arm up and back. Beautiful. Rebend the knee, come to warrior two. Straighten the leg, bring the hands to the heart space. Rebend the knee, reverse your warrior, traditional version. Cartwheel the hands down, find your way through a vinyasa. Inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Beautiful. Let's get all that on the other side. Left leg's going to draw long. Step it through, ball of the back toes. Come into your crescent lunge. Rise and reach. Settle in. Stay here again, rooted through the lower body. First time on this side. Just check in. Feel the lower body feel strong. Feel the upper body feel a little bit light. Although we've been working with the upper body a lot today, so it's okay if it doesn't feel extremely light. Take one more inhale, reach it up. On the exhale, warrior two, back foot dials all the way flat. Open the hips out, keep the breath. Settle back in. Keep it breathing. Again, we're going to keep the legs as they are. We're going to come into that modified version of reverse warrior. So left arm up and back first. Bend through that left elbow. Place that left hand behind the back. As you're ready, right hand grabs that top elbow, left elbow. Finding your reverse warrior. Keep breathing. Legs strong. Upper body light. Last few breaths before we find that little bit of flow. And again, we're just going to play with this, straightening and bending the knee as we move the arms. So first one, we're going to start by straightening the leg, arms out wide. As you rebend the knee, hands to the heart space. As you straighten the leg, reverse your triangle, left arm up and back. Beautiful. Come back to warrior two as you rebend the knee. Straighten that leg, hands to the heart space. Rebend the knee, reverse your warrior traditional. Cartwheel the hands down, find your way through a vinyasa, lower. Inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Whew. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Beautiful. From here, one more round. We're going to flow it through, but we're also going to add on to the end there. And that will be the last bit of standing. If you're with me, right leg's going to draw long. Step it through. Find your way to that crescent lunge, root to rise. On the exhale, warrior two, open out. This time, just reverse the warrior. We're going to find that flow. Straighten the leg, arms out wide. Rebend the knee, hands to the heart. Straighten the leg, reverse your triangle. Come back to warrior two. Beautiful. From here, stay. Warrior two, we're going to add on, remember, straighten that front leg. Reach, reach, reach until you can't anymore. We're coming to that Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left arm up to the sky. Keep breathing. Keep taking in that air. Left arm reaching, breath steady. Beautiful. It should feel good for that outer left hip here. Whew. So from this triangle pose, we're going to have a really, really big transition. From here, we're going to rebend the knee. We're going to come back to reverse our warrior. And then we're going to cartwheel the hands down as we come into revolved or dragonfly twist. So pop onto the ball of the back toes. Left hand will stay low. Right arm will reach up. Your breath is going to stay steady. Ha, ha, ha. Check in. We're almost there on this side. We're going to add a little element of balance though. So send the gaze down towards the left toes. Reach that left hand about a foot in front. Maybe catch the block. Lean into that right foot. Take flight and keep the twist. Revolved half moon. That left leg can be high. It could be low. It's up to you and your body today. Right arm reaching. If that right arm to the sky was too much, you could bring the hand to the hip. Keep breathing. Keep twisting. Last three. Last two. Find that last twist. Beautiful. Find a forward fold. Dive back into the legs. Half glance. Fold in. Stand up. Reach up tall. Bring the hands to the heart space. We're going to lift the left knee into the chest and we're going to find eagle pose. So wrap that left leg around and bring that left arm underneath the right. Find your full Garudasana. So we started with the upper body. Now we're adding in the upper body here. We're not going to be here very long, and you're only going to get it once. So squeeze everything into the midline. Your left toes can be on the mat. They could hover. They could wrap around depending on your range. Last three. Last two. Beautiful. Everyone stand up, unravel, reach the arms up, set that foot down, forward fold, dive out. Whew. Half lift, inhale. Plant the hands, step, hopper, float it. Find your way through a vinyasa. Inhale. Downward facing dog, breathe it out. Yes. One last side for all of that. Let's get to it. Left leg draws up. Step it through. Inhale for crescent. Exhale for warrior two. Traditional reverse. Straighten that front leg, arms to a T. Rebend the knee, hands to the heart. Straighten that leg, reverse your triangle. Come back to warrior two and stay. Here's where we add on. Straighten that front left leg. If you want to heel toe the back foot in, you can. Otherwise, we reach. Left hand down to a block. Your ankle, your shin. Whatever feels appropriate today. Right arm up towards the sky. Breath steady. Check back in. Yes. Yes, you can. Trikonasana pose. Triangle pose. And just like that, we're coming up on our last few shapes. Last little bit for standing. Let's give it the push we need. Go ahead and rebend that front knee. Reverse your warrior. Here's that big transition. Cartwheel the hands. Right hand will stay. Pop onto the ball of the back toes. Left arm will reach up. Dragonfly twist. Keep breathing. Stay here. Last couple moments. We're going to turn this into that huge balance. So remember, bring the gaze towards the left toes. Bring the right hand about a foot in front. Maybe grab the block as you shift your weight into that left foot, right leg hovering. Find your twist. Long through the spine. Left arm can either be up or on that left hip. Breathe. Yes, you can. Find your last little twist. Beautiful forward fold. Get out of that. Half glance. Bow back in. Stand up. Let's reach up tall. As you bring the hands to the heart space, breathe out. Right knee's going to come into the chest. And as you're ready, we're going to cross it over, maybe hook behind, maybe hover. And then right arm will come underneath the left. Eagle arm. Stay. Check in. Breath. Stay into that midline. If you fall, who cares? Come back to meet us. Eagle pose. Garudasana. I root down through that bottom left foot. I squeeze everything through the midline. Take your last inhale. Exhale, stay there. On the inhale, stand up, reach up tall. Forward fold, dive out. Half lift. Plant the hands, step, hopper, float it. Your last vinyasa, inhale. Downward facing dog, last time today. Beautiful. Press the heart back. Stay here. Last breath out. On the inhale, shift forward and lower all the way down to your belly. Cheek off to one side. Go ahead and bring the hands by the sides to start out. Again, letting those shoulder heads relax down. Take a couple breaths. We're going to close with a few stretches for the shoulder. The first one is kind of like a variation of cow face, but with the upper body. So first we'll touch the back sides. And just go ahead and come into Sphinx pose to start. So if you need to adjust on the mat, you can. And then we're going to take the right arm and slide it underneath. The left arm will come out towards the right, and the right arm is out towards the left. So we have a bit of a cross, and we're stretching the scapula behind us. If you'd like a block underneath your forehead, you could absolutely bring that there. Otherwise, you kind of just rest your head on that left bicep. A little finagling if you're already there. And then just stay. About 90 seconds. Just breathe. Allowing your body to just slow down, cool down. Seeing if you can allow yourself to stop resisting in any way. See if you can allow yourself to sink in on these last few rounds of breath. Take one more inhale. Stay there, breathe out. Slow. So it's a little awkward to come out of this one, but I'm going to lean into one of my elbows, probably my left, and then slowly slide the arms by each other. Before we switch sides, I'm just going to come back onto my cheek, and then I'm just going to let the arms find a position that feels comfortable. Maybe by your sides, maybe out splayed, the elbows out to the side. Just allowing that to rebound before we switch sides. Take one more breath in. Big breath out. Coming back to Sphinx pose just to get ourselves situated. This time, left arm's going to slide under first. Right arm will also follow, maybe setting up the block beforehand if you need it on this side. And then again, just find your way to your variation of a comfortable position here. I know it's not the most comfortable position, but find some rest for your head, either resting your head on a block or even on your bicep there. And then just allow yourself to melt into this shape. Different side, different sensations. Maybe one side felt tighter than the other. Just notice that. Just be aware. Maybe deciding to let go of any tension in and around the upper body. Last few rounds of breath. Take one more inhale. Stay there, breathe out. Again, slow. I like to lean into one side and just bring the arms out from that. Go ahead and let the elbows splay out, creating a pillow with the hands. Take a couple breaths. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Go and press your way back to tabletop position. And our last little stretch will be a puppy dog pose. So walk the hands forward again. If you want to use the block, always welcome to have it underneath the forehead. Allow the chest to draw towards the earth. Allow the fingers to spread. And just find yourself in your puppy dog pose. If you'd like to move the block out of the way, if you took it, you can. Maybe bring the forehead or even the chin to the mat if you have that range. And just staying, breathing. Last 5 rounds of breath. Find your last bit of depth. Take one more inhale. Stay there, breathe out. Slow, slow, slow. We're going to just slide back to a child's pose, allowing the arms again to come down by the side bodies, letting the shoulder heads drop down. Only when you're ready, we're going to make our way onto our back. So maybe lifting the upper body and then scooting the legs off to the side. Making your way into your Shavasana. However that looks, that could mean legs extended, that could mean soles of the feet together. I don't know. Find the space that you need. And then see if you can let the shoulders just melt into the earth. Let that upper body be heavy. Allowing yourself to just melt right in. Letting all the work settle. Maybe even sending some love and gratitude for the upper body. The arms, the shoulders, even the spine. As always, you're more than welcome to stay. Otherwise, we will say that is the official end. Take your time coming out of that. And I'll just close by saying thank you for showing up and sharing your energy with me. Namaste.